So,
All
Carlos,
right, guys, we're live. How's it going? We
What I
got
mean,
Pete. We got Sneed in the house, of course. Let's get this. Let's get this party started. All
I
right,
ate
Pete.
some curry today and it was good.
So, how did you want to
chicken?
get this? How did you want to get
Shrimp.
this started, Pete? We're gonna let you uh, start it off with the topic today.
Who's you?
You, Pete. You're starting it off with the topic today, bruh.
So, curried rice is great for the stomach.
That's a great way to start it.
Lemonade was a popular drink, and it still is.
Yep, I like the sugar-free lemonade. It's what I have here. Called lemon water. It's wave of the future.
And so you don't get sick from the corona. You do this right here.
Oh, I used to take tons of that when I was a young teacher, man.
No.
So, we're going to start off by saying non-standalone 5G is still not hype-worthy.
Exactly. All right. Let's see who's in the house. We got Brian. What up, man? Then of course we got
What's up, bro?
Pete and Sneed. We got John.
Hey.
What up?
We got people
John
walking
the
around
homie.
in Carlos's background.
Yeah. Then we got Two Phones General. What up, man?
To phone.
Let's see here. Who else do we got that's in the house? We got Cesar. What's going on, man?
Brother
And then we
Cesar.
got Caleb.
Caleb.
We got Michael. And then
What
we
up,
got
Mike?
Josh. What's up, man?
Big J.
All right. So let's get this thing cracking. Oh, we got Greg too. Oh, what up, man?
The homie Greg.
Couldn't forget Greg. And we just had Jared pop up too. What's up, man?
JT. What up?
And Scott. Wow, everybody's popping in.
Scotty. Yeah, man.
All right, let's get this going. What do you guys think? I know you guys have been seeing T-Mobile. I know Sprint has responded, and I know we have AT&T about to make an announcement on Sunday. They're talking about either Sunday or Monday about 60-day waiver. So if you
Are these
can't pay your bill within 60 days, they are not going to shut you off or charge you late fees.
Yeah, but you're still gonna have to find a way to pay the 60 days after that.
Yes.
I'd prefer if the FCC didn't said, don't tell anybody this, but if after the 60-day period, if they can't pay, but they can pay the next month, we get them covered.
Yes.
It's a state of emergency. If they can't pay, they can't pay.
How do you feel about that, Sneed? What do you think? I mean, it's a big jump, you know? I mean, you got to think about that. Takes a lot of money off the network. So any money that they could have profited that to put in the CapEx for those 60 days is going to deplenish. And it's going to maybe hurt them in a way.
All right. So not everybody is as lucky as me. I have a teachers union. I have a job that my pay is not going to be disrupted. I'm going to continue to get paid. I'm on 26 pays annually. So my contract runs through from August through August. So my pay is not going to change. And I'm also teaching. So I'm going to be doing online instruction. So technically nothing's really changing for me. My job requirements are now just a little bit different. So because I'm still getting paid and I'm technically still working, I'm going to continue to pay my bills. And
Sneed and I are in the same boat.
Same here.
yeah, so it's not. This isn't really something that affects me, but it affects the public. For those that work, that will have to work less or not work at all. I kind of like what Pete's saying there, because if they could prove that their employment has been discontinued or paused, they're the ones that need the support. So like Pete said, if at the end of the 60 days, they still require support, either they get a continued extension or they can be provided forgiveness for those 2 months and just continue with their payments. And as soon as they start working again, whatever comes first. So like, let's say for example, You know, if I can't work for 3 weeks, you know, I basically miss 1 month of payment. I feel like there's probably 10 to 20% of the American public, at least, that falls in that same scenario. If they can get in either like a government subsidy to cover that, or just a complete forgiveness where it's a tax write-off for Cox or Charter or Spectrum, you know, like something to help them for helping us. You know what I mean? So I kind of like that concept better
But keeping
than
on
just saying, well, you're still going to owe us, but you're going to pay us back as soon as you're back to work. I almost feel like they may still be playing catch up with other bills, you know, but so I don't know.
Or they could be like, okay, so now that your financial situation got better, you could still continue paying your current monthly and then an extra $25 a month till that balance is paid off or something like that. So
the one thing I want to say before, I mean, I'm probably not going to say much else after this on it because you guys, it's your turn, but they've charged people a lot of money for a long time.
Yep.
And they haven't come up on their end of the bargain for the premiums people have paid. And the infrastructure hasn't been upgraded to really warrant the prices they've been charging. That's one thing. And the second thing is there leaves a lot to be desired. The definition for broadband and how people get access to it is totally misaligned. And they've played the system by putting little bits and pieces of broadband across the nation. Outside of urban areas, they really don't. Pete, you know what I'm talking about. They put a little bit in each zip code and say they got national broadband. So they've been playing games for a long time. So they owe it to the people to come through for them.
It's so true.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, Caleb's in the house. What's going on?
Get him, Caleb. Get him.
No, I agree with you, Sneed. It's just a little pockets here and little pockets there. You call it national, and that's how it is, man.
But that's the thing, though. Like, okay, this is a good one that is happening. Any Sprint customer has full access to the T-Mobile network nationwide for the next 60 days. It's full access, not throttled.
In 60 days, there's a chance or a little thing on the upper left or right is going to say T-Mobile anyway.
Anyways, yeah.
So, welcome. You preemptively entered the merger.
You entered it sooner. You entered it 3 weeks sooner. Yep, that's basically how I look at it, because they're not going to take it down. After that, the merger will be basically done and over with.
Well, it would be the ink will be dried.
Yeah, it won't be wet anymore. Hey, Caleb.
What do you
think of the situation?
Well, couple things. I mean, I'd like to know if anybody has like even though I work for Sprint, I don't use Sprint service on my phone, but I'd like to know if any Sprint customers have actually experienced this on the T-Mobile towers. When I was talking a little bit about merger preparation, and like in the past live streams, we are, since they're announcing this, publicly, we are changing the TAC, which is the tracking area code, which has, your PLM and ID, stuff like that. So your phone will actually talk to the T-Mobile towers. But we started that process beginning of mid-February. And it's going to be completed at the end of April. As far as my market, California goes, that's scheduled for April 20th. But that's what I'm kind of curious to know if any Sprint customer has gotten that T-Mobile signal or to the tower, because we haven't completed our TAC process yet. And I don't have a Sprint SIM with me right now to test it out, unfortunately.
Caleb, whose SIM do you have?
I just use Wing Mobile, just AT&T MVNO.
Yeah,
that's all I use.
Caleb, there has been a couple of people that actually been hitting me up. They're actually here on the live right now watching us. that they have sent me screenshots showing that they are connected to band 25 on their T-Mobile phone.
So, okay, so it's a it's not Sprint to T-Mobile. It's T-Mobile to Sprint. Then is that correct, or is it?
That's what it came up as. He's a T-Mobile customer. It's actually his name is Brian.
That's interesting.
He sent me a screenshot showing that his phone is band 25.
That would make sense. That would make sense then, because like I said, we haven't completed our attack process, so it wouldn't be Sprint over to T-Mobile. Then it'll be this T-Mobile to Sprint. That makes more sense to me then.
So I saw on the SMT Discord earlier. What was it? An update. No, this was Twitter actually. A recent update to was it the Note 10 Plus on T-Mobile? Gave it band 41.
NR.
Right, correct. Yeah. So the was the press release from T-Mobile stating that they got access to Sprint network? Is that correct?
No idea.
Anybody know?
Well, they're saying that, I mean, it's supposed to be updated. They're going to be using the N41 band. I know that the phone's capable of it. They said it was going to be released if the merger was approved. They were going to release a patch to open it so it can gain access to that band 41.
Right, but what I'm saying is this is T-Mobile's show here, right? So
yeah,
that's why it makes sense that for T-Mobile customers you can now go on Sprint versus vice versa, like you see what I'm saying. So
yeah.
But as of right now, it's still considered roaming agreements, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
They can't technically work an integrated network. I mean, that's unlawful.
Yeah, technically roaming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We technically have to be roaming at that point. Was it roaming on the screenshot or something? Does anybody know?
No, it didn't show roaming.
No, it showed an available band on the.
Look, it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what it showed. As the logistics of it is that they have a shared roaming agreement, which is true. They have a shared agreement. Like there are going to be parts of the country.
Bruh.
Go ahead.
Hey, Sneed.
They've had a shared agreement for 2 years, didn't they?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. But like I said, I don't have a Sprint or a T-Mobile SIM to test with, unfortunately.
Brian is saying here, he's saying, I don't know, it was just connected to band 25, but he sent me that screenshot and it didn't say roaming.
It doesn't have to say roaming though. It doesn't have to. That's
roaming
is an indicator for a carrier. It's not.
That's correct. Sneed's right. It does not have to say roaming. So my question is, did he try shutting the phone off and turning it back on and stuff? It says the same thing.
But hold on a second. If you're going to be flashing airplane mode or bumping in and out, powering it down, you actually don't want to do that. Don't you want to actually see the interaction? Don't you want to see the network switching?
Well, I do, but the thing is, I don't know if it was just. I mean, it's just like a one-time deal. I mean, is it more?
This, you know what this reminds me of, Carlos? You remember when you were starting to see that weird LTE thing between AT&T and Verizon?
Yeah, the extended roaming.
It feels like some of that. It's very software-ish. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It feels like it's software on demand. Like they're looking to see how it connects with phones.
Yeah, I can tell you that maybe T-Mobile is doing the same thing as us. That's very, very possible, because if we're doing a retech process, T-Mobile can be doing the same thing to connect to our sites post-merger. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I know we don't have any visibility of what the other engineers are doing. I wish we did, but it's all like NDA crap.
I bet you it'll abruptly stop. Like it'll happen for like a few days or a couple hours. They get a little bit of data, they look at some logs, and then they're done. And we won't until they finally.
That's what I'm saying. So like with our retech process is, we're changing the, if you pull up Signal Check Pro, it's going to say TAC. That's tracking area code. So basically, we interface that with the PLM and an ID. You're also your MSC, which is your mobile country code. Okay, that's all those things specify like what network you connect to, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing right now. We're changing the TAC to match. We're creating like pretty much a new TAC to match like the new T-Mobile. Does that make sense? So we're creating a new TAC. I'm assuming T-Mobile might be doing the same thing. Yeah, I think they would have to be because we all have to be we all have to be on the same TAC post merger.
They'd be stupid if they weren't.
Right. I don't know what they're doing though. That's the thing. I mean, I can tell you what Sprint's doing, but it's just I don't because this T-Mobile message that you guys are talking about, I don't have that much visibility.
You know what? Hey, Caleb, I got a spare Sprint and T-Mobile line I can send up your way if you need to do some testing.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not too worried about it. Now I can give you what I can do for you. I can pull my laptop really quick and I can give you the Vegas. I mean, since you're in Vegas, I can give you the Vegas dates. If you want to do this, if you want to,
hey, when is N41 rolling out here? Because I already seen that they've been putting a lot of 64 by 6 the 64 massive MIMO nodes everywhere. Then putting them up.
Yeah, wasn't that supposed to be showing up sometime around now?
I'm not aware of any 5G turn up in Las Vegas though. That's a thing for Sprint at least. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's got to be. They're doing the upgrades. You see the towers; they're all changing them up, and speeds are getting stronger, even on the LTE side. A lot stronger. Now I'm steadily seeing 150 plus on 41.
On 41, it could be. I mean, I'm not sure if it's like if they upgraded the 4x4 to or no. Well, they might have just did. Trying to think.
And in some sites, they're separating the 2526 over to another tower across the street.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that like Phoenix, where I've seen in Phoenix where the N41s are one corner and then you got a 2526 across the street.
I mean, it's possible, but I don't keep track of those markets though, so it's hard to tell what the engineers are doing. I mean, I have California already done already. That's the thing.
How much more is California being expanded?
Right now, I'm doing Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange County.
Oh wow! So you're doing the outskirts of LA.
Yep. And also, I'm trying to get San Diego. But San Diego it's a little more tougher because it's not as densified as what LA is and stuff. So
oh, bro, LA is fierce, bro. Do you got about 5-6 million people?
Oh yeah,
it's a big market, man.
Yeah.
What about like the one plus 7 Pro from Sprint, the 5G? Are they getting any updates to do the N71, or is that phone not even capable of holding N71?
Yeah, why wouldn't it do N71?
So here's the thing. The only way, it's very simple. Like you just have to look at the bands on the phone. Now, remind me again what modem is in there? X50.
X50, yeah.
Okay. And on their page, that should support the band 71. No, from a listen frequency perspective. That's probably going to come during a software update, in my guess.
And OnePlus is really weird, man. They gave Sprint the OnePlus 7 5G. They gave T-Mobile the McLaren, the 7T Pro 5G, and they're giving Verizon the OnePlus 8
Pro,
whatever.
That's the thing. I don't
like,
really.
What the hell? What the hell?
The reason why they do
like
that,
a sloppy hoe. Like I don't understand.
That's just the reason why they do that is because they make specific models for specific carriers. The only way to actually guarantee band 71 on a 7 Pro or an 8 Pro is to buy the unlocked variant.
But unless Caleb, you get it from T-Mobile or Dish.
But Caleb, the chips now that's it. Like the the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 or 65. What's the newest one?
65.
865.
It's standard issue. It's
Yeah, I know.
four it's 4 antenna modules in the same modem with the millimeter wave and then the sub 6, and they're positioned and built on the same architecture. You can't buy a different variant. They're just disabling things by firmware.
Exactly. No, you're exactly right. So they disable it, based off your the firmware and actually the SIM card. So the SIM card is actually what controls that. The band disabling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also your firmware as well. It's both. It's a combination of both. Here's the thing I'm worried about, and I was actually doing some reading this afternoon. And I hope Google does not do this. I'll be so upset if they do. They're thinking about putting the Snapdragon 765G in their Pixel 5 line.
Yep. So, I was reading about that.
So the difference,
bro. Hold on. That's a game changer, bro. Hold up. That is a good thing.
It's not to me. It's not a good thing, but I mean,
I'm gonna tell you why it's a good thing. I'm gonna tell you why it's a good thing.
I know the difference is it's basically the modem's integrated right in the SoC, so you're not gonna have a separate modem. But here's the drawbacks. Here's the drawbacks to it. Your 765G only supports 3 gigabytes downlink. Okay, and then the 865G does 7 gigabytes. The other differences is that the 765G only supports 400 megahertz of bandwidth. The 865 supports 800 megahertz of bandwidth. So you're cutting your bandwidth and you're cutting your frequency range in half, bro.
And you got to think about it. Verizon's putting out 800 megahertz on millimeter wave, so now you're limiting the full capability of Verizon.
Exactly. You're cutting in half, and that's why the only reason why Google is doing this is just to keep the phone price low, which is crap.
No,
so if
it's not crap.
I think it's crap. It's why buy a mid-range 5G phone, Steve? It doesn't make any sense.
Hold on, what you're calling mid-range? I'm gonna call the networks mid-range before you go calling that phone mid-range, because you show me which network is getting 3 gigabits per second on the downlink.
Outside of Korea.
Yeah. So let me tell you, the phones are always ahead of the networks all the time. It's always been that way. The reason why the phones are always ahead of the networks is because they have to put out the testing first, with transmitters, receivers, stuff like that. Think about the latest, the newest chipset that's going to come out next year that's going to support voice over NR. Mm-hmm. They have to support the phones first with testing, because you can't do it in reverse order. It just doesn't work that way. That's like trying to, I want to say, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I do. I get what you're saying, but I would rather save $400.
Yeah, of course. You're
$400 and experience a gigabit connection, whether it's through millimeter. Yeah, it doesn't. And the 3 gig speed. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice little fact, Caleb, but it doesn't change the limitations of the connections.
Oh yeah,
it's not on the phone that the phone won't get to 3 gigs.
It is very likely if I pick up that Pixel 5 and it's limited to whatever it is, and I'm on the new T-Mobile network, I'm not going to be able to reach that cap.
No, you're not. No, of course you're not.
I'm not even going to be caring.
No, guys. To be honest with you, it's like the Verizon network is approaching, with the 2 gig speeds. All the rest of the networks are never going to see 3 gigabyte speeds really until about I don't know, 5 years from now. That's going to be standard. But like I said, the phones are always more technology advanced than the network. That's just the way it is. I guess I don't know. The reason I was upset about it is because if that happens, I can't count on Google to really compete with the likes of Samsung or something like that, and that's why I'm upset about it.
But if that phone goes in around the $800 price range,
I don't care. To be honest with you, I don't care about the price. I mean, that's just me though. Like, I understand. Like, for different consumers, I understand they want a cheap 5G phone. Yeah, sure, that might be the answer for them.
Maybe we might get the Pixel 5 Plus.
they're probably going to have two variants. There's no way it's just going to be a 765 only, and that's it. They'll probably have it for the regular 5, and then probably like the 5 XL will be
Plus
the
will be
865.
I hope that's the case, but what the rumors are is they're not going to do that because they just want to save money.
Nothing's saying you won't have the 5, the 5XL, and the 5 Plus, and the 5 Plus XL.
I don't see them. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't see them switching to a 3-phone lineup anytime soon. I don't. Now, here's the thing: if they do put the 765 in both phones, I'm saying screw them, and I'm going with Motorola. The Edge Plus, man. The Edge Plus is where it's at.
Where the heck did Sneak go? Huh? Oh, there he is.
AT&T cut out.
Oh, there it is.
Did AT&T ask you why you're not on your cell phone?
I am on my cell phone.
He's on the phone.
It's the upload in the basement is not very good, so that's why this is troublesome.
Hey, if we can get some good 71 access in that basement, who knows? Maybe you'll be on the T-Mobile.
It's really weird, bro. If I'm upstairs with AT&T, I'm getting 150 megs down, like 30 up. As soon as I get to the basement, all that gets just divided by like 10, bro.
Yeah, I saw those concrete walls behind you.
Oh, those ain't country, bro. That's like brick.
Oh, brick, yeah, brick walls.
Yeah,
brick is bad.
But it's crazy. Like Verizon. I think because the Verizon tower is so close, it doesn't skip a beat, bro.
Right? Yeah, probably. I mean, like in a month, I can almost probably guarantee since we're done with the retech process, everything will be, copacetic as far as what T-Mobile and Sprint customers go.
By the way, John points out a really good thing about 71. It's great for talk coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, until they figure out something, hopefully I'm hoping they put some and that's the other thing, dude, about the freaking Spectrum auction, man. Like, good Lord. Like, I don't think their band holdings, their millimeter for 37, 39 gigahertz are going to cover nothing. It's disappointing.
Well, if you've ever listened to Neville talk about millimeter wave and you believe what he's saying, then you were actually surprised to see them buy so much.
I mean, I kind of was, but
it's really weird, bro. It's like being in no man's land, right? It's like you're either on one side or the other, and they're like,
they need some millimeter wave for the first thing.
I mean, if you look what Verizon's doing, they literally preach the millimeter wave, and they stand by it and they buy it. And
yeah,
T-Mobile is to do that. It just drives me nuts that they're not going to be able to push out crap with this freaking 600 megahertz 5G, man, and whatever else they can freaking do.
With millimeter wave, I'm still wondering how they get it to work in active firefighting situations.
But that's not what it's for, Pete.
No, but they have commercials for it.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know it's ridiculous.
Hey, bro,
come on, man. We ain't buying that.
I'm gonna show you how T-Mobile's cake looks like right now at the moment, and this is how it's probably gonna look for a while. Right there, bro.
Oh yeah,
a sunken cake. Oh, Neville.
That's the cake.
Neville,
that's the cake,
bruh. That's sunken cake, bruh.
He's sneed.
Neville.
Did that FCC
make it again?
Yeah. Did that FCC report say what the bandwidth allocations were? Was it like 100 megahertz bandwidth for? I don't recall like what the bandwidth was for the licenses that they won.
You mean like this? How much megahertz of it?
On auction 103 this year.
The bandwidth per license.
Man, I think I wrote it down, man. Let me see if I got it in my paperwork here somewhere.
Because I want to compare that with Verizon, because it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, sure, you can buy as many licenses.
Hold on, Caleb. They were all different, and let me tell you why.
Well, there you go. That's one.
Okay,
It's all crap.
So Verizon has 411 or 416 licenses.
Okay.
T-Mobile had 399, but they spent half. You get what I'm saying?
Right. That's my point.
Wait. How many did? What was the difference on that?
T-Mobile bought 399 licenses.
399. Okay.
Verizon bought 416.
So difference of 17.
17 licenses, but double the price for Verizon.
Right. That's my point. So here's my point. Let's even the pot. Let's just call like 400 licenses. Okay, that's 400 pops, 400 areas. Okay. Now, the license is one thing, but that's the point of presence. Where are we going to put your cell phone towers? Well, hey, we got 400 locations to do that, right? Mm-hmm. So next is the bandwidth. What is the bandwidth? Now, I'm assuming that since Verizon spent so much more, I'm guessing they probably have at least 100 or 100 plus megabytes or megahertz of bandwidth. I don't know what T-Mobile has, and that's my question, because
what's that even disclosed?
Right, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean,
so I'm looking at the FCC documentation that they posted.
Yeah.
I'm going to look through some of these and see if I can find something. What's interesting, though, is that Dish got in on, I think, 267 licenses, and they spent like 200 million.
Right. I just, if their bandwidth is not that great for T-Mobile, I don't know how.
But Dish they do already hold millimeter wave. Like, there's companies they already hold some.
They do, but it's like, in order to build what Neville calls a layered cake, you have to have enough bandwidth on low band. You have to have enough bandwidth on mid band and on high band. You just can't skirt around and just hodgepodge crap together and call it 5G. It doesn't work that way.
Can we still come back to the simple fact that Verizon has licenses in suburbia and rural settings?
Yeah. So if Sneed, I don't know what you could do. This might be a good idea for a video. Is when they bought two companies, Straight Path, and also they bought Exo Communications. When they bought those, millimeter licenses company, they just cleared house.
They had over 1,300 megahertz of millimeter wave.
Yeah, and that is absolutely just huge. That's the kind of cake that T-Mobile needs to build but didn't buy. AT&T, same thing. They bought a fiber tower, right? Fiber tower. That's same story. It's just it kind of makes me upset that they want us, especially from an engineering perspective, they want us to tout this 5G network, design it, and build it. Well, how are you supposed to? It's like making a cake with like bad ingredients or like bad dough, or you know what I'm saying, or bad whatever.
Or I mean, it's kind of like making a really, really small cake that only feeds a few people.
Yeah,
everybody gets a little piece instead of a full piece.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good analogy.
I've always wanted a little bit more for T-Mobile. I always felt like they're leaving a little bit out there by focusing on, like, they really put a lot of energy to T-Mobile Tuesdays. Forget the money part, like forget free stuff, forget the contracts, forget the advertising. Leave all that alone. Like, why is that everything? Why is the network not everything? Verizon's network is everything. Like, Verizon screws people and they still sell their network.
I like it. I like the VZ. I mean, I do, but I don't. I like the VZW screw.
I mean, AT&T screws people and their network is pretty good. People are just like, all right, I got to protect my ass before I know I go to war with these people, but I got to stay connected to this network. I mean, people leave Sprint, and Sprint's the cheapest. They're the best price. The best value in wireless has been Sprint.
Yeah, and here's the other thing I'm worried about. So after the C-band auction in December, there's not going to be really that much more as far as like good quality, clean spectrum auctioned off.
No, that's it, bro. That's it. It's going to be millimeter wave, I think.
The rest of it is going to be, it's going to be millimeter wave. But the thing is, it's going to be, anything over 60 gigahertz. And anything you're talking about, 80, 90 gigahertz. Anything over 60 gigahertz is rain fade. So that's like garbage spectrum, right?
Am I wrong for saying that Verizon has been done with low band for years? Am I wrong for saying that AT&T has been done and they're back for round 2?
Yep.
Am I wrong for saying that T-Mobile's late to low band? Like, seriously.
No, you're not wrong, bro.
Am I wrong for saying that Sprint doesn't have low band?
You're absolutely right.
Like, we're talking about low band right now. It's 2020 and we're promoting 600 megahertz. Like, bro, this should have been done like 4 years ago. Like when they had the situation, when they had the roaming agreement, when they were on AT&T's roaming agreement, they were at the mercy of that roaming agreement, and then they got screwed. They finally got 600 megahertz, but they had to wait for half of it to be decommissioned, because they didn't have it from before. 700 was done on Verizon. 700 was done in AT&T. AT&T got round 2 of 700 with band 14.
Yeah, they killed it in band 14. And I was talking to Carlos last night, and once we combine our spectrum holdings, at least on the 1900 side, it's going to be about 20 by 20 nationwide, and then the band 41 is going to be around 40 by 40. Assuming they release.
It's awesome,
it all.
Bro. It's fantastic, bro.
I want them to release it all. Let me tell you.
What I'm saying is that's not enough. It's just not.
It's good until 2025.
Yeah, but 2025 that's like saying. I mean, I get it, but it's just like. But
we need to be buying 2030 right now.
Yeah, we need to be good to like 2060 or 2080. It's just and Verizon, AT&T are good for that. But it's just like it just drives me nuts, because I can almost guarantee you guys we're going to have people. I mean, so the theoretical speeds that you'll be able to get once this merger is done is about 200 minimum, 450, average.
Average.
Right. On the high side, it's going to be around probably about 600 to 700.
You could do all that with mid-band.
Yep.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, but you're never like 900 megabits was the max test that they did, but you're never ever going to get that 2-3 gig speed. Verizon's already testing out speeds of 4 gigabytes. You're never going to get that on what Sprint and T-Mobile have. Never ever.
No, I with all due respect, Caleb, everything you're saying is correct and it's right. The thing about this whole millimeter wave thing is it's the final frontier. It's the only thing we haven't gotten to yet.
It's the best frontier, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying it's like the final phase of our connectivity. And I'm looking at the low band and I'm looking at the mid band, and neither of them was ever really optimized to its full capacity.
Nope.
And we've shifted over to millimeter wave so prematurely. And because of marketing hype, because of the way that things are in selling networks to people, right? You sell your network. So Verizon has pushed it in I mean, it's so green. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still not even really functioning well. Like, in terms of like how good our antenna tech is for like our standard LTE. Like, you get to work on a tower, it's running like clockwork, right?
I know. Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, they're still troubleshooting millimeter wave problems.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
So I think a lot of people, like, and it's Verizon's fault, right? They come out and they say, first to 5G, first to gigabit speed, and it's meaningless because people can't really connect or stay connected. But I think a year from now, a lot of those problems are solved. I think it will have a better line of sight in terms of getting connected and staying connected. Phones get better too, and just more nodes are up. So a lot of that changes.
Yeah, especially the antenna technology as far as the receive goes in the phone. It's getting a lot better, especially with the new chipset that's already coming. There's going to be more Verizon nodes up. If you watched Ricky's podcast about the IAB, that's coming. Verizon and AT&T are going to do that. Here's another thing I thought of, which I hope I I hope this happens. I've been really hoping for this and doing some research and stuff. Is that I hope the carriers will play nice, get along with no, hold on. With the satellite companies. We're talking about SpaceX, right? And Amazon. They're launching satellites to provide internet access. And they're doing that over a Ka band frequency. That's almost the same frequency as what Verizon's using for the millimeter wave.
Right.
All right. You're 28 to 42 gigahertz.
Caleb, can we talk a little bit about beamforming there?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a big technology for millimeter wave.
It's the phones can do it. It's just the towers are, I can tell you this, our 2.5 from Sprint does that already. I'm the Verizon millimeter wave. I'm pretty sure it does that over 5G. I'm 99% sure. It's not like perfected yet, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So technology is there. We already use it on Sprint 2.5, but it's just there's going to be it's not just the beamforming. What we call we actually had this training tour. We're learning about edge beam. Mm-hmm. Edge beam is pretty much where, especially if you're doing like handoffs and stuff, it's actually going to find the best signal right on the edge, and so you're not going to have like, if you have like data blips or like handoff data failure stuff like that. That's actually your phone's can actually be like continuously more connected. You know how if you go your handoff, how your cell phone signal dips a little bit between the handoff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not going to happen much longer with our with the edge beam, and especially the other services that we're pushing closer to the edge. It's called like I'm sure you heard before, like edge technology, edge routing, edge this, edge that. So we're doing edge beam technology to where you're have a more seamless transition on handoffs, which is cool. But still, dude, it's still like, I don't know. I mean, I think we can say, I think we can all agree on this, is that since Sprint, T-Mobile are merging, the spectrum holdings that they do have and going to get, and depending on how much they spend in C-band, it's better from them. It's better being together than separate, right?
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the perfect marriage.
I feel like they need a third partner, man. Somebody's got to come in with some money.
Comcast.
Money and fiber.
Yeah, Comcast
fiber
is a big time company, man. So they're the biggest cable operator in the U.S. and I know they've got a killer cash stash. Like they've got it. So like if they were to come to the table and invest maybe like a 20%, 19% investment into the company, like they're going to come in and put in a fifth of the capital investment. Mm-hmm. So if they were to come in and throw like $3 million into the net or $3 billion into the network, they could do so much more. And
$3 billion and access to their built out fiber.
Well, the only problem there lies that T-Mobile's goal was eventually to do broadband.
Oh gosh, don't even get me started with that. That's not even right. I can't wait to be like, oh, I optimized your tower, and
you can't do the home broadband without millimeter wave.
You don't exactly. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. You don't have good internet service. I mean, you know how many like complaints I'm gonna get, like especially like in California, like it's sort of like, oh, my T-Mobile home internet's not working. It's only doing 50 megabytes. We should be doing 450 megabytes. I'm like, come on, man. Like, what do you want me to do?
Expectations? Like, yeah.
My expectations? I'm gonna go run and hide in a corner. That's what I'm gonna do.
They're paying $50 for getting 50 megs. That's better than DSL.
Right. That's my point. But see, it's always about supply and demand, right? The customer's not going to be happy with 50 meg service when they can get the millimeter wave service from Verizon that does a gigabyte in their house. That's my point.
Bro, they're charging 50 to Verizon wireless customers for 5G, and they're going to be running, exactly. and it's going to be standalone, and it's going to be standards based.
Exactly.
They're going to include self installation equipment. You don't need a tech. You know, it's all going to be easy. Like Verizon is You guys, I don't know if you know this. Carlos, you might agree. And Pete, you've kind of been watching the industry shift. Caleb, I know you know this. Verizon is different today than it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Even from a customer standpoint, they are different. I know they're not T-Mobile, but they're still not the old Verizon that was holding up middle fingers saying, "Give me the money."
Yeah, they're really investing in stuff and trying to get the technology in the hands of consumers. But I mean, I don't know how T-Mobile's going to, just say, "Hey, we got this 50 megabyte home internet. Go enjoy and go put on a pink T-shirt." Sorry,
As current Verizon, I would not have encountered my issues with Mountain Bell.
Pete's got grudges, bro.
Vendetta.
They've changed CEOs like 7 times. Pete's still hanging on, bro.
There's a difference between a grudge and a vendetta.
Enemy and adversary.
Right. I had issues with AT&T before. Like they screwed me over really bad before.
Yeah, who haven't they screwed, bro?
Even when I had the original iPhone, like I was telling Sneed, they put me on a 2-year contract when you had to pay $700 for the full price on that phone back then.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tried to cancel it, because I had to go walk to the middle of the street of my house to even get a bar of service, because once I go in the house, it was no signal. And I still got charged $350 termination fee that I didn't even know about, bro, until it hit collections on my credit. I didn't even know about it because when I got the last bill, it said 0. So I thought, all right, cool. It's cool. And then out of nowhere, I see a collection notice of $350 credit.
He is never on the last bill.
Yeah, right. That's shady, bro. Verizon, when I've terminated a line on the 2-year contracts before, I would get billed the next month on it in the bill.
Hey, Sneed, here's something I want you guys to think about. We all know that T-Mobile has amassed, consumer gains, million customers.
Caleb, why are you always messing with me, bro? You always bringing me the drama, man. Always.
Well, hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out on this, okay?
All right, go ahead.
We all know that T-Mobile has amassed customer gains quarter for quarter. Million customers, blah blah blah. Okay, now. Once the millimeter wave 5G of Verizon and AT&T gets built out, where do you think all those customers are going to go to?
I mean, it's going to take is one experience of somebody handing them a device on that network.
That's exactly right.
And it's over. They're going to be like, dude, my carrier can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm kind of like fearful on this on the future.
Okay. All right, Caleb. So we just mentioned that. Pete, what have I been saying about the future contracts that Verizon is sewing up?
T-Mobile.
Oh yeah, all the medical. Yeah.
Shit.
I can guarantee if I'm lying on my deathbed, I definitely want Verizon next to me.
The problem is, guys, nobody else, not on this platform, not on any other platform, is discussing these topics. I can't have these conversations with anybody else because nobody's really looking at it this way. I'm looking 3 years from now.
I'm looking 10 years from now.
Well, I'm talking 3 because that's going to be the anticipated time for maturity of 5G. We could finally say that it's going to be. Yep. So you're talking 10 years from now? T-Mobile could be buried in 10 years if they don't get serious.
Oh, that exactly. They'll be the next Sprint.
They need contracts, dude. They need like these government contracts. They need these medical contracts. Any big company, it don't matter what it is, just get something big.
We're still talking about like leasing problems, or not leasing, financing phones stuck at $700. Like that stuff's got to change. And T-Mobile's got to get inside of Best Buys. They got to get inside of all that stuff. They cannot be absent from places where AT&T and Verizon are. They have to be in the conversation for everything. That's hospital contracts. That's healthcare contracts. That's Walmart. That's Amazon. It's everything.
You know what would be the biggest contract for them to land? One of them?
MLB.
Get inside of Walmart.
Sure.
Pizza Hut. Give
them the best deal possible so they get rid of Verizon and AT&T out of Walmart.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I was talking to Carlos last night. I was like, we got to get Pizza Hut. We got to get pizza stores and T-Mobile together. Like, that'd be the best.
Pete's right. Pete's right. We've been teased. Like T-Mobile has done a couple of good things. The MLB thing is good.
No, okay. Be like we're the only 5G carrier you can expect to see in every baseball stadium.
But they've got to do that in multiple aspects. They got to have like every time you see a Verizon commercial of them doing something new and innovative, there must be a real tangible thing that T-Mobile is doing also that's innovative and in the 5G. Bro, that's it. That's all people want to hear. They're done hearing about LTE. People have moved on. Like in their minds, they're ready to start hearing 5G.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember the Verizon commercials where the Paul, the "Can you hear me now" guy? He followed everybody around with a Verizon phone. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's what T-Mobile needs. They just need a T-Mobile guy following your customers all around. You know what I'm saying?
you know who they should get to sign a contract with them? Chef Boyardee, baby.
No. Oh my god. Why?
You did not.
That's the biggest ravioli maker. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah, but his name will be Chef Boyard Geek. That's what it'll be.
Look, so last year we used to get 4 pieces.
Damn.
Bro, you know I have to slap that in there.
Well, there's 3. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Mike Seaver. Maybe the plan the whole time was let's try to really shift the market share. Let's get all the customers that Verizon and AT&T screwed, and then we'll really kick up the network game once we get to the merger. I have to give Mike Seaver and Neville through Q2 or Q3 of 2021. Because if they do some really good things this year going into next year, because Verizon can't do anything just yet. They can do some with millimeter wave, but really the next big thing is going to be C-band. It's going to be band 43. Then it'll be millimeter wave completely. That's all that's left.
Yeah, you know? That's all good, but I mean they could drum up the network, but they're not going to get more than a gigabyte out of it. That's for sure.
I mean, what are we talking? We're talking about 150 megahertz nationwide, right?
You talking about for the C-band?
2.5.
Oh, the 2.5. So
right.
you have it's 160, I believe.
160 national. Okay, and then what about all the AWS that T-Mobile has? That'll be running on DSS. Don't play me, Caleb.
Yep. Yeah, DSS will be there.
Okay, and then also throw in the fact that they might go into C-band and get themselves 60 megahertz.
I just, the thing is, knowing how everything propagates and how everything works, I'll be surprised if if I get a full tower, then I'm gonna have Carlos test with every frequency on it, including the millimeter wave that they just bought.
But then when I go to the grocery stores, they're gonna be enough, bro.
And that's raviolis, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't know. It's hard to tell like what the experience will be like, on a day-to-day basis for customers until we get everything optimized and merged and, and towers built, density built, stuff like that. So, but
I got one can of ravioli.
Tito.
Oh man. Hey Tito, thanks for letting me come on your Twitter call earlier on Periscope. That was cool, bro. Thank you.
That ravioli.
Pete, go ahead.
Why are the stores like decimated and they still have rock salt and lye? You can make good soap with that.
Oh my god,
bro! They still got the mac and cheese Chef Boyardee, and then they got the beefaroni and the spaghetti and meatballs. That's all they got, but the ravioli's gone.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro! Diarrhea, cha. Bro, that stuff is all death waiting to happen. It's just so high in sodium, bro. God, I can't eat that stuff, bro.
Bruh, this is
Bearded Dragon has left the building.
Yep. But yeah, man, bro, it's a pandemic at these stores, man.
Not only just
you can't.
So Caleb, maybe Sprint was right. Maybe Sprint was right saying that they couldn't compete in the future. Maybe they knew they weren't going to be spending on anything.
Well, I mean,
like they weren't going to spend on any new spectrum. They hadn't been buying anything in forever.
They haven't been buying anything even before the merger. So
That's what I'm saying. It's been years.
yeah, I mean,
they were buying, like, they had deals. Like, if you think about the Nextel deal, and what was the other? There was another acquisition that they got a nice little, a nice little.
WiMAX?
No, man, it was before that. They had a purchase and they got some spectrum out of it. I don't remember which one it was. Was Clearwire the 2.5, right?
Yes, Clearwire.
Okay. So that was their big haul. Was there anything else?
I mean, it's like they do have Dan Hesse in the closet just saying it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
God.
It's not gonna
Dan
work.
Hesse, bro. I don't understand, bro. Dan Hesse is so respected, bro. Like, I don't oh, hold on. Where's mine, bro? Where's mine? Hold on. Let me turn. Oh no, I updated my avatar. No, it's Yasmin. I love Yasmin, but I wanted Hesse. All right. Nah, never mind.
You gotta change it.
Change him back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, like, he's so respected in the game. Like, he's an OG,
Yeah.
but dude, we gotta give him credit for at least half the destruction of Sprint.
Mhm.
At least half.
I mean,
Yeah.
Michelle Combs doesn't get credit for destroying Sprint. He's just there, like, after the car crash with a broom. You know what I'm saying?
He's basically supposed to be the cleanup crew, but he can't even.
Right.
He can't even pick up the broom to sweep.
That Hesse, like, rolled out of the car and, like, rolled away. Like, he went down into the sewer. He's now Pennywise. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
What was it? Who was the other guy before that? Before Hesse, there was an idiot. Who was it?
That was Gary Forsey, I believe.
And then there was somebody after. Bro, it was like 3 really bad CEOs. Yeah. Bro, was Marcelo really that bad after you think about the other 3 before him?
Not as bad.
No, I think Marcelo did a lot of good as far as from a pricing and consumer perspective. You know, the reason why Sprint has some of the lowest prices as far as phones and service plans leases is because of Marcelo.
He tried. He tried to compete. He just didn't have the network to do it.
You know, the money.
God, man, he was giving away phones.
Right.
Like, he's like, please get a free iPhone. You get a free note.
Join us.
You get 3 lines for free for a year. Lines 3, 4, 5.
Bro, that is crazy. I can't believe. And God, man, the kickstarts. At one point, you were just paying taxes on a kickstart line.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you came from Verizon for the first year, you would just pay taxes. That's it.
Yep.
It was like $13 for the taxes and the fees. In some places, it was like $8.
Bro, try here. It was only $2 and 26 cents.
In Ohio, it was like $8.50.
Now, I mean, I don't know, like this 5G stuff, man. I'm even worried about 6G. When 6G comes out, I already know what that's going to be. You're going to have if you want, 6G, man. It's going to be a terahertz frequencies and terahertz speeds. So you're not going to be just getting, gigabyte
frequencies.
Yeah, no, that's what 6G is terahertz frequencies.
Dude.
What?
Those are like this far before being annihilated by oxygen.
Yeah, bro. What?
I know. That's the thing. We're gonna. I don't know.
No,
don't ask.
At that point, we're not going to be biological.
Yeah, no, I just read it somewhere, but that's what they're thinking about. I'm like, well, I mean, if you're going to auction off 80, 90 gigahertz, for frequency, I mean, why not? It's just because you think about it here.
80, 90 gigahertz. Holy crap, bro. Like, when I see 47 gigahertz in these auctions, I'm like, wow. Right.
But the thing is, you have to keep in mind is that, so each 1,000 megahertz obviously is 1 gigahertz, right? So it's the uptick in throughput. That's why you need so much higher frequency. So if you think about for a 6G perspective, if a terahertz frequency, you'll be able to do. You're actually going to have.
Is it terahertz or is it tetrahertz?
TERS.
Well, it's terahertz, whatever it is. Terahertz, and then frequency, and then your terabyte speeds.
Terabit speed.
Terabit speeds. Yeah.
Holy crap, bro! It's just hard to even think about that. Wow.
That's what they're saying 6G is going to be. But I don't want to think about that.
That's an order of magnitude. Terra is 4, something like that.
Yeah. What happens to promos?
I think the promos are going to stay the same until the time lapse expires on it. So if it's a 1-year promo, after
probably 1 year promo, and then be done. One and done.
Yeah, but what's the most recent promos are the 35 kickstart or the 25 kickstart. So that might be a partial year. Yeah, but it's going to be a partial year. Well, they're going to give you the remaining 8 months, 10 months. Like if you got it right now, you went to Best Buy and you got it. It was $25 a month. You'd have it through the middle of 2021. I don't think it'd be a problem. I think T-Mobile would eat it. They'd have you at a 480p plan. You know what I'm saying? It's not much. No hotspot, no nothing. You'd probably want to get off of it as soon as the networks were integrated and you saw like a lot of 2.5 access. You'd probably be thrilled to get off of a 480p plan.
Okay, it's just density. You need more towers. That's all.
Ask Verizon. They're squeezing milk out of ants, and they still do it.
They still do it. I mean, it's...
Hey, at least they're done milking rats. I wish T-Mobile would start milking rats.
Oh, yeah, bro. But T-Mobile's... Bro, I got a tweet back, a reply from Neville about... I tweeted. I said, bro, why aren't you finishing... Yeah, bro. I said... He replied, and I said, yo, can we get 600 done immediately? And can we please get the undeployed AWS? And he said, no. He says, no, I have no word on nothing going on AWS. And he said, what locations for 600? He's still playing games with these little segments with 600, and there's nothing going for AWS. That means all that spending is all going to be integration, and the focus is not going to be 600 nor AWS. So it's going to be 2.5. It's going to be network integration. That's it.
I don't know if, because I mean, I know we don't have any AWS.
Bro, AWS, we're talking what, 2300, right?
That's so that's 2100. Yes, 2100.
So if you're willing to do 21, if you're willing to do 2.5, what's wrong with 2100? I don't understand.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just they already bought all their Spectrum holdings, like, long time ago for that. I don't think
there's huge markets in the U.S. that have unutilized
underserved
licenses.
It, yeah.
Like they have the license, they can do it.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Who knows?
That's serious.
Listen,
T-Mobile gaining that much.
That's why I'm saying I got to give Mike Seaver and Neville that chance for the next year and a half. But after that, bro, I'm coming for blood.
Yeah. So the 2.5 is, I know it's going to be will be 40 by 40 upon the merger, because it's already like 20. It's already at 20 megahertz now, 20 by 20. I'm assuming they're going to do 40 by 40. I hope they do 40 by 40. Please let them do 40 by 40. I don't want to play with no 20 by 20. I don't. So,
you know what I noticed? The value of 2.5 has decreased over the course of the merger.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, absolutely. Because, and here's the thing: we have enough for the Spectrum. Once we can do like 128 by 128, we have enough bandwidth to do it. Right, for our massive MIMO right now, we're doing it's 64 by 64, but we run it in split mode, so we're doing 32 transmit and receive on the LTE and 32 transmit and receive on the 5G. That's how we do it. We just called split mode. I'm hoping again, it goes back to T-Mobile's the intentions. How much can we push out? If we could do. If we can do 40 megahertz bandwidth per channel at 128 massive MIMO, just think about your downlink speeds, Carlos. How good those will be, bro.
Bro, it's the upload. Like I was telling you, bro. I don't know why they didn't use band 25 as a main band and 41 as an aggregating band, like how AT&T does with 30.
Well, yeah, they're all aggregate. They're all aggregated. Or the band 41, 25, and 26 is aggregated. Like I said, it's all about the priority. the QCI priority. So like when your phone connects to, if you're close enough for band 41, it's gonna grab that frequency, right? Now the further you move away from the tower, it's going to jump over on band 25. But we're still, it just depends on where you're at, how close to the tower. But we always choose the band 25. So it's just jacked up. That's why you're getting your upload speeds when you make a call into your data session at the same time. That's why we have the QCI priority set for that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Because when you get force it on band 25 fully, you're getting uploads of 40 megabits.
Exactly. We use we primarily use the band 25 for the voice band. That's why you're able to push so much uplink out of it. You're able to get that full 10 megahertz out of it on an uplink, versus the band 41. Yeah, it can do VoLTE, but we're primarily just using that just for data downlink.
Yeah, and you can push 20 on the uplink on 41, but it's not working.
No, it's crap because again, that goes back to
41. You're not going to get full symmetric upload and download on that unless they change the way it's set up.
Yeah,
right. Exactly. That's what I'm telling them. It's all about your QCI. It's all about that's your quality cell indicator. It's about how we prioritize, how we set our range. We have to set range parameters, right, for your phone to pick up, right? So if you're this far from the tower, that far from the tower, and so on. That's just how it is. Because now, like I said, not every tower has band 41 on it, right? We're trying to do. I'm trying to think. The last stat was 87 or 89% are all tri-band towers. We're still got to catch up on that 10%, but I can show you sites
so they would. That's why they use those little. I've seen those little elements that are like connecting to other towers. They look like these little satellite dishes.
No, those are. I mean, those are just. You're probably seeing a mini macro setup to where basically what will happen is we'll have 800 and 1900 on one tower, right? You're going to have a microwave dish that goes over to another tower that just has band 41 on it. It says band 41.
That's what those are. Gotcha.
Yeah, those are mini macro setups. So
okay.
Yeah, boy.
Here we go. Mavericks.
A lot of towers have those here in the CLE. A lot
of them. They do. Yeah,
the ones off the freeway, the ones by the airport.
Right. Yeah, we do have a lot of towers that just have the band 41 only. That are just waiting for 800 LTE and stuff like that. So
I do have a question regarding that. Since it is a 1-year promo for $20 per line, what was Sprint going to offer you after that 1 year?
Like to say
35, 30.
Like to say, if you don't like it, there's other options.
All right, Dish Mobile.
Dish.
A 5-line for 20 for 1 year promo. What would Sprint have offered you after that year?
I think it's 20. I think it goes. What is it? What is it? 60, 40, 20, 20, 20. I think something like that.
It jumps that low after the second line.
Yeah, and then every line after 5 is 10.
Oh, that's pretty good pricing, bro. So if you had a business and you had like 7, 8, 9 lines, you'd be paying a pretty nice deal there.
Dude, what's up with
T-Mobile? I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. T-Mobile's upload by me is 1.6, and T-Mobile keeps telling me that that's normal.
It's not.
It's not, but I'll tell you what, bro. It doesn't matter where I am in Cleveland. I mean, there are some times where on T-Mobile I'll get 40 megabits per second, 45. I can't get more than 2 megabits per second on Sprint, even if I'm next to a tower. It doesn't matter.
Have you done the calling jump thing,
bro? I'm not playing that game, bro. Like, how does that even? So I want to upload. I have to get on a phone call, bro. Like, what? What are we talking about here,
bro? But that's the new hip thing right there.
No, we're done with this. We're done with the workarounds. We're done trying to trick our connections on our phones. We're done, bro.
Well, I think I don't know. I wonder if Maverick has to do that. I'm just because he does.
Well, you show me screenshots of uploads from Sprint that are awesome.
Yeah, but that was when I was in Phoenix, though. A lot of them. And Phoenix has
they just haven't been able to upgrade enough of the nation. That's all. It's just too little, too late, bro. That's all.
And 12 with 10 and 5 respectively. Yeah, I could see you getting 2 megs per second on that, Joshua.
Let's see here. And then you got Brian saying, I get 50 plus with NR on upload.
But he needs to have NR connected.
Yeah. And then what did John feel this way? T-Mobile customer service and store reps are full of it.
Well, here's the thing. When you talk to them about the network stuff in general, they're not told anything. They're told the public relations media hype stuff, but any serious detail.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm back.
There was a dude, Carlos, you know about this dude. We both watched the same video, and he was talking about how LTE is, what did he call it? Long range evolution? What LTE stood for? Remember that video?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
dude.
So this dude was talking how LTE stood for long range everlasting evolution. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Freaking ridiculous. I mean, the most idiotic thing ever. He also said 5G is 100 megabits per second. So apparently, a new radio technology, a completely new standard, is going to be defined by 100 megabits per second. That's the definition. So if somebody asks you, that's what it is. So as he's saying these things, and when people make YouTube videos, there's two things you could do. You could aimlessly just banter about whatever it is you want to talk about, or you can actually try to inform or create a discussion, which is what I try to do on my channel. I try to create discussion. I do try to inform, but I mean, really it's about the discussion because I end up learning a lot from other people. So this guy's saying all these things. He goes, oh, and I know because when I call the AT&T customer care reps, they tell me that 5G is 100 megabits per second. And they tell me, and he's like, I called T-Mobile. They told me the same thing. I called, bro, if you call customer care for any wireless provider, you're not getting 1% truth. And they don't know anything other than what they can read you from a script.
Yeah, they know how to take your bill payment, they know how to do procedural stuff. They're not trained in network technology. They're trained in taking your bill payment and maybe walking you through some troubleshooting.
If you talk to a tier 2 support, then I can possibly see them telling you a little
bit more. But
not much.
Even tier 2 support is like device level support.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's still not like what Caleb knows. Like if Caleb spoke to them for 5 minutes, they would have lost them at the first 10 seconds.
Hey, you do that
Yeah. Seriously.
I sometimes call customer care just to help me sleep at night. It's the truth.
Bro, I'll never forget it, bro. One time somebody said something slick to me on Twitter, and I was mad at T-Mobile about something, bro. Neville, I don't know. You know how I get, Caleb and Los. You guys know.
You get pissed off.
And I literally said to whoever, it was somebody from T-Mobile, I said, listen, my blast radius is really big. Don't engage me right now. Because what they do is they want to help you. They customer care. Bro, unless you plan on climbing a tower, rearranging, or doing something with hardware or putting a tower in my backyard, this isn't changing. You messing with my APN settings or you telling me to turn my phone off and on is not going to help.
Hey, the legitimate time when, for whatever reason, you set up a new phone and for whatever reason your SIM's not provisioned correctly, they can help.
Yeah, but when I'm describing, you guys want to send me all these window units and stuff, get the hell out of here, man.
Rick says, why do all the Sprint towers in West Virginia not have all band 71? I think West Virginia is a Samsung market. Just because they haven't built it out yet. They will. Especially during the T-Mobile merger, we'll get that built out probably for you.
Caleb likes Nokia, by the way, just so you guys know.
No, I don't. No.
He's a big fan of them.
No.
I thought you would like that, Caleb. My bad, bro.
That's funny. No, dude,
I know. You want a merger, bro. I know.
I want Ericsson.
I know he loves Ericsson.
Well, what happened with the Sprint towers when the two merger? So they're either going to take some down, relocate them to existing T-Mobile sites, or they might just keep them where they are. Or
so
it all depends on the market.
I'm just gonna give the simplest answer. We're strategically going to place the best towers in the best possible locations. There you go.
Yeah, you're a politician now.
So there's non-public land across the highway from me. Can I get a 41 tower set up there?
Well, if we deem there's coverage needed over there, probably.
There's not coverage needed here. We're taking it. It's like going on a jail cell wall. It's like going into an Arby's bathroom after somebody eats a burger.
I love Arby's.
You're a beef and cheddar kind of guy, aren't you, Caleb?
Turkey and cheddar, actually, but yeah.
Okay, all right.
Tower tech, I'd be like, yeah, we got 3G and it's bombing. How?
I remember when I had a Sprint, 3G phone. And was it the Motorola?
Bro, it was like 2 years ago. Chill out.
Yeah, the 950s, and I was able to, roam on Verizon. That was the day. Loved it.
Let's see what other questions there are here.
Yeah, dig into the chat, bro.
The 7 up and the 3 down is very interesting. Something went wrong there.
I don't know, man. This dude he's on YouTube. He makes videos. He says things like that, and it's a sad state of affairs because people are going to stumble upon his videos, watch that, and think that's real.
Yeah.
Or think he's an idiot and try to dox him.
Well, I mean, I can comment on a video if I watch it, and I'll say, "Yo, man, like, you need to stop saying these things. Like, that shit ain't true. You're misinforming people." And that's when these people come onto my channel and they're like, "I've had 5G for 3 years," and I'm like, "Oh my god, really?"
No, we haven't had 5G for 3 years.
Bro, I had somebody telling me his V20 was a 5G capable phone. Well, what am I supposed to do? You want me to sit there and argue with them, bro? Have you ever tried to argue with children or simple-minded fools? You go nowhere. Just go find a pole and just bang your head into it.
No. I tried to sit down and teach them, and when they obviously aren't receptive to my methods,
there was a type of viewer during the whole merger situation. So you know how I was like following every step of the merger, reporting on it, doing all that stuff. There was a point where everybody was calling me crazy. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. This isn't going to happen. I'm like, yo, I've been following this the whole way. This is different than 2011. This is different than 2013 and 14. This is nothing. It's all different. The administration is different. The wireless landscape is different. 5G is happening. China is happening. Like, all this counts.
Another thing to consider is a merger happened under this administration where the 2 remaining aluminum can producers in the U.S. merged.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Dang. And that was horrible.
Wait, so that's it, bro? It's one company?
Yeah.
And so it's one cup company and it's one aluminum company now.
Yeah.
Oh, we're screwed, bro.
Now with the Sprint T-Mobile merger, you have Carrier 4 and Carrier 3 merging to become a stronger Carrier 3.
Yeah.
Completely different.
But Dish can do a lot, man.
Magenta muscle.
But I'm telling Magenta muscle. Come on, bro. Look at you, the company man. Look at you,
I'm gonna be as soon as the merger's closed, man.
bro.
We'll
You better change your name. You better change your ID because you can't say anything objective. You know, they'll be on you, bro. They'll be like, "Did you say this on July 15th, 2021?"
Yeah, I know.
I heard you were wearing an orange shirt today. How dare you?
I know, right?
Where's your pink flip flops?
I know. Believe me, dude. I already got the shopping cart already ready to go.
Caleb, remember, when you start working with the T-Mobile, you're going to have to demand a high priority business line so you can actually test it. Included.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was really cute when Mike Sievert was sending screenshots of his millimeter wave speed test from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I thought that was real cute. Yeah.
So, I was following Mike Sievert on Twitter. I loved his work from home attitude. Day one, you have a shirt, whatnot. You're active. Day two, you're wearing sweatpants and haven't changed your underwear. Day three, you realize shaving is now optional. Day five, you're like, I love AirPods.
Josh wants to know if I can locate a tower for him. Usually I'm going to give you the same answer customer service gives you. I'll give you this, a couple cross streets. I can't really tell you the exact address due to, security guidelines, but, give me a second. Let me boot up my work laptop for the 12th time today and I'll get that for you. Just give me a minute.
Caleb is a man of the people.
As per those guidelines, I could probably figure out exactly where you're talking about within a meter.
Hold on, let me answer this question here about the great stuff that's going around America. I can't legally say what Sprint's stance is, but it's just it's what everybody thinks. It's what other companies' statements are putting out. We kind of align with that. So
it's an FCC request that was compulsory.
Yeah, that's it. It's the Keep Americans Connected program. It's FCC. It's an FCC program. It's an FCC initiative. You have to comply. They just approved your merger. How dare you think otherwise?
I would recommend see the FCC guidelines regarding the coronavirus.
I'm going to say one thing about T-Mobile though. They want the extra mile with giving me free calling to Italy.
Oh, we do have to ask Caleb this. Caleb, so Dish is lending 29 megahertz of 600 megahertz spectrum to T-Mobile. How close to active, like the active state, or I guess turning it on? What's that like? What needs to be done, and like what's a time frame of when that's available to T-Mobile customers?
So I'm sorry, I didn't get my laptop. Are you asking me?
Yeah, because like Dish holds 29 megahertz of nationwide 600, and they're lending it to T-Mobile for 60 days. How does that work? Like does that mean that it's been ready for usage and it's good to go?
So the dish spectrum has always been ready for usage. Like I said, they've been sitting on it, so it's there ready to use. It's from a RF perspective, it's very easy to put it in use. All we do is depending the frequency range that they give us, for the downlink, you're gonna have upper frequency range, you're gonna have lower frequency range, minus the two together, that's your bandwidth, right? But then again, they're giving us the whole 29 megahertz, whatever it is. So basically that our switch will run a script, right? And that's basically that adjusts your lower and upper frequencies and also your center frequency on the radio heads on the radios. And the switch will run that script in multiple markets, and then
So you're saying,
and then you just reboot the site, and that's it.
so all they got to do is just software. It's basically software. And
Yeah,
some
no, you don't have to do any
program.
hard. Exactly, yeah, because your 600 megahertz radio already supports the frequencies that Dish has. So,
Wow.
yeah, I put that in the Twitter chat of how it's.
Yeah.
So.
There you go. There you go, Sneed, for you. What's up, the slow cooker?
Hey, Caleb, I'm putting this address.
I'm going vegan, bro.
And removing it from the stream.
EMU.
So in the SteamYard private chat, there's the address Joshua put.
All right. Well, hold on.
Yeah, delete that address.
Can you just send that to me? And can you just send that to me on Twitter, please?
Yeah, give me a second. Are you in the
Can you delete that?
It's going down in the DM.
Group chat and Twitter, whatever. That's fine.
Addresses and DMs.
Yeah, I don't want to put anybody's public address on here. You'll get a raccoon rabies in your mailbox.
They're gonna be sending you.
You get a bag of what? Sent to your house.
Special gift from Carlos.
No, not from me, man. They're gonna be delivering pizza and everything, bro.
Dude, I am like a pizza fanatic. Like every time like pizza is mentioned, I'm just like, dude, you were talking about pizza last night so much. Like I'm like, oh man, it's good, dude.
Bro, you know that you heard that somebody got delivered some pizza, right? That's crazy.
Right.
And they got the most expensive order too. That's what they said.
I'm sure.
That's crazy, man.
Apparently, the address is a restaurant. I don't care.
So it's like within a block of his house.
Yeah, just give me a minute. It takes a while to sign on the VPN here.
And I'm telling you, Caleb, if Google ends up putting a 765G chip in it, I'm buying it. If they do an 865, I'm not interested.
Hey,
if I'm gonna buy, I'm switching to Motorola, man. If that happens.
What is Motorola making that has you intrigued, bro?
It's just the same flagship with everybody else, except the one that I'm making with the 865 is going to be the Edge Plus, and that's going to work, if needed with the Google Fi service. It's going to have the same antenna module, stuff like that. So there's phones that are specifically tested to work with Fi, which means it has the antenna switching technology that I need to do what I need to do with my Google Voice I talked to you about earlier, right?
So the
765, yeah, that'll do it. But like I said, dude, you're cutting your bandwidth in half, dude. And just
you're not, though. You're not. I mean, theoretically, you are, but these networks ain't happening, bro.
No, of course the networks aren't happening. I know that, but you got to think. I'm thinking the future, man. I'm going to keep this phone for like 30 years.
You're not.
Is this the phone you're talking about?
Caleb, I hate you, bro.
Dude, I'm gonna keep this. No, dude, it's like if I'm gonna spend that money on the phone, of course I'm gonna keep it. I always take good care of my phones. I do.
You're not gonna have it for more than 2 years.
I'll probably have it for.
Bro, you're an engineer, bro. It'll be a music player within a year.
That's the thing. See, that's the thing. They always make us like, we need you to test this out. We need you to do this. We need you to do that. I'm like, yeah, you need me to do this and that, but you don't. When I was at Verizon, they gave me a free phone. When I was at AT&T, they gave me a free phone. Sprint and T-Mobile, they don't give you the free phone. They just make you free service.
I don't understand. You're the ones that actually.
You're in the
require those things. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, here's the thing. They do have test phones, but they're not the greatest test phones that we can use. You see what I'm saying?
What are they using? Samsungs?
So
aren't they 1 year behind Samsungs? They're like S9s.
Yes.
Yep.
That's correct, though.
Hey, Caleb, is this the phone you're talking about right here?
It's the Samsung Edge Plus. Yeah. Yep. Just give me a minute. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Dude, this one looks good.
How do you know? It's a render.
Well, who knows, man? If it looks like that, why not?
You like some Moto? You like some Razini?
Yeah, bro.
I'll tell you what, man. If you could give me the googly Moto. I mean, I don't like the Lenovo. He's going to be getting updates every 8 months. Mad as hell.
The updates don't really bother me, dude. I just want the technology in the phone.
I love my updates.
It says here they're going to be matching the specs on the Samsung's handset.
Yeah, you're going to be mad. You're going to be mad when phones start getting the coronis.
I mean, I'm pretty good with security. I can put a custom, Linux mod on there if I want. I'm pretty good at tightening the kernel down, but it's the technology in the phone that I'm worried about, and especially from RF, engineering perspective, it's just
hardware.
Yeah, that's and that's what I'm saying. And software's, especially an Android, Android 11, that's going to be a nice upgrade. But my beef with here's my beef with Google. They have the money to do an 865 chipset.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't they just price it for customers? They make so much money. It's not like they're gonna have a freaking they're not gonna have a loss on it. If they can sell it right.
I don't know. I personally don't think they're gonna go. I don't think they're gonna go 765G in their flagship. I mean, because they're gonna probably put 8 gigs of RAM in their phone. Why would you put 8 gigs of RAM inside of a 765? I don't
know. I'm just saying they could price it right, bro. It's just they're Google. They're like the most,
Yeah, but pricing right in this day and age is $899.
$899.95.
Okay, so I mean, let me ask you something. Like, what is the negative effect if they did an 865 priced at $899?
No, that's fair.
Oh yeah, dude, I agree.
That's market. That's fair. That's probably better than market. Market's $999 for a Galaxy.
Yeah, I hope they do that. But they're going to be cheap, people, and just put the 765 on there and screw your customers with a half 5G phone.
I mean, I'd actually be okay with it if they decided to give you a couple of different options when you purchase. You remember how, like, back in the day with Motos, you could kind of build the phone a little bit?
Yeah.
What if I know it would kind of sort of cost more money, but what if you gave people processor options, like how you could give them RAM options?
Dude, I got options. I got a great idea for Google. I buy your phone, you give me a year pass to your Google campus.
Ooh. They got some amazing stuff on their campuses, bro.
Dude, their employees get like free food and free this, free that, dude. I would love that, dude.
I'll tell you what, Caleb, you know why they do that, right?
Because I'm not a Google employee.
No, I'm saying why they want their employees, why they give them all that on campus is they don't want them to leave. They want them on
syndrome,
call.
Bro. Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, they want them on call. They want them ready to work. They want to keep them close. They don't want them traveling and going far and all that.
Because the last thing you want your prized engineers to do is drive home and have somebody rear end them. What you get to eat, Carlos?
What up?
What you get to eat?
I just get some cereal, bro.
I'm going to be buying ingredients for my ramen, hopefully tonight.
Good luck.
Also food. But no bog roll. Yeah.
Yeah, Tito from Aloha Android says the Project Ara would have been sweet. Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. Any type of these, like, I guess we'll call them like modular upgradable phones. I always kind of like that concept. Not modular and like you could slap on a mod, but modular as in, all right, well, this camera is now a year old or this processor is now a year old. I could swap it out with these interchangeable parts that become available for the device.
Now, let's see here. People are asking which 5G network you like.
They're all under.
Honestly, the best one I've tried so far, Sprint.
I like Sprint.
Sprint's doing the best, but they're all undercooked.
Okay, I'm not sure who asked about the address out in Pennsylvania, Coatesville or whatever. Your closest tower is going to be on Fairview Road. And on that tower, you got 1900 LTE, 800 LTE, and 2.5 on 3 carrier aggregation. You also got for CDMA, you got 800 voice and 1900 voice. So there you go.
So, what is this CDMA and the Sprint merger good for?
Yeah.
Target practice, man. Target practice.
No.
What, you think I'm kidding? I want that crap shut down, bro. Like, actually, Neville said, here's the one thing I believe about Neville. Neville said he's going to shut down the CDMA as soon as possible. I hope that happens.
No, the CDMA is spectrum bands. Are we going to be refarming them for 5G?
Yeah, or LTE or something at least.
So the I know the 800 CDMA is going to Dish. Okay, now the
850, right?
No, it's 800. Sprint doesn't have 850. Only got 800.
Oh, the band 26 is 800.
Yes, it's not 850. So the 850 is Verizon and AT&T have 850. Sprint has 800.
The band 5, right? Okay.
Correct. Right. So 800, as we know, is going to Dish. They're just gonna play pickup sticks with that, and then the 1900. Okay. That's going to give us.
Why was it forced in the merger? Like, they had no choice in it. They had to pay like $2 billion for it.
Yeah.
And they didn't give them the spectrum. This probably wouldn't have happened. The merger probably wouldn't have happened. I guarantee
it had to be thrown in there.
Well, if you think about it, if you're throwing in towers, yes, Dish has spectrum, but it's just called sweetening the pot, bro.
But what, on band 26, what is it? Only 5 megahertz period nationwide?
So no, it's going to be it's in some markets it's 5, in some markets it's 10. So on the markets that were 5, we're actually for now, what we're doing now is we actually had 15 megahertz on 800 LTE, but like I said, the 800 is going to Dish. So on the 1900, we're probably going to we're squeezing an additional 5 megahertz out of the EVDO. Okay. So we have 10 by 10 on 1900 right now, right? Okay. You saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
We're going to have additional 5 from the 1900 CDMA. So that's going to give us 15 megahertz. Okay. Plus T-Mobile's, I think they have also 10 by 10. So that's 25. No, wait, 15 plus. Yeah, 25 megahertz, 25 to 30 megahertz at least post merger.
Hey, look at this one, Caleb. Tell me if Brian just sent me this screenshot right here. He's connected to N41 on T-Mobile.
Yeah, it does say that down there. But it says market? Yeah, and it says NSA and everything. That's
Hey Brian, what market are you at? Because it has to be a market that has N41.
Could be one of those Florida markets.
Yeah.
Remember all that craziness was going on down there?
Yeah. So he's connected to N41. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. We are doing our tax changes to kind of put it on that new tax. I'm not surprised to see that, I just completed we just completed Hawaii on the 13th, so
nice.
Aloha.
What, you guys putting 5G over there?
No, we're switching up the tracking area code so that so everything can be on a new T-Mobile TAC when their merger is complete.
Hey, what's wrong with putting up 5G in Hawaii? They deserve it.
No, yeah, nothing.
Make Hawaii great again.
Yeah, make Hawaii great again. So the 765 chipset can only do 3 gigabytes down, and I forgot what the up was, and the 865 can do about 7 gigabytes. So yeah, it is twice as slower. But I mean, like I said, but if it's the price point is right, you can get a 5G phone. What is this?
What is Sprint? Yeah, Sprint.
AT&T keep getting.
Bill,
AT&T shut down their GSM a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
So AT&T
did not. They did not shut down all their GSM yet.
They shut down most of it, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, they're holding on. They're holding on a little bit. I don't know, man. It's
They
weird.
shut down
So
a good
like,
portion of it. They're shutting
Sure.
down their HSPA Plus in 2021. I know that.
right? It's really weird, bro. They always put out these things and they say, okay, this is getting shut down. This is getting shut down, and then somebody will share with me how like their
Stuff
point of
not getting
sales,
shut down.
yeah, point of sale connection is still on 3G or CDMA or whatever.
Or
and I'm
your
just like,
house.
yeah, I'm
Yes.
like, what the heck, bro?
Sprint also have a nation. Yep, that is true.
G block? What's a G block?
G block is just, we have A, B, C, D, F. It's just a block of spectrum within the 1900 megahertz band.
So T-Mobile has a G block then?
I'm not sure what their block is. I'm not. I have to look it up.
No,
Caleb,
2.5. Hey Caleb, is all 2.5 turning into is gonna go to 5G?
yes, it
after-
is. Yep, yes. Money. Spend.
New radio,
But-
buddy.
But do they have the money to spend? That's the key word. Or is that
Yo,
gonna
Caleb, you're
climb?
gonna have to take a hometown discount, bro.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
They're saying you're gonna have to take a pay cut, half
Yeah.
paycheck.
Everybody's
No,
got to
well,
take a 20% pay cut so we can get NR across the nation.
Well, if that happens, then like,
You might as well go home, dog.
we go
You might as well go back to AT&T.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I don't know. I mean, I'm for this merger. It's a win. I mean, think about if we didn't merge, we're Sprint we bankrupt and just torn into pieces.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying for what is it, 3 years now, Sneak?
I've been trying to file. I filed this merger ever since Sprint and Nextel merged. They said, "Oh, we're going to merge with T-Mobile. It'd be the powerhouse to Verizon and AT&T."
Well,
What speed test you got?
First they were gonna merge with AT&T.
True,
No, that
but-
was T-Mobile and AT&T. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is way back when they bought Nextel. Their next move was going to be to merge with T-Mobile. Way back when. So
Yeah,
this is.
but they would merge with anyone.
I think it's
This just made the most sense because they could own the most in it.
So let me say about this this is all carriers, guys. The carriers are like the wife swap, right? It's about swapping the wife. That's how they treat the mergers.
Yeah.
It's like
Some
a big wife swap.
bad basement frequency right there.
What
See,
is
bro,
that?
I can't. This is
When-
actually a good speed test for Sprint for the upload.
Error. Failed to complete. Try again later.
Oh.
Yeah, that's some bad basement.
We're good. Good job, Sneed.
I'm proud of Sprint. Good job, Sprint.
Thanks, dude. Go to like if I don't know next trip you guys take to California and let me know how your sprint speeds are there.
Is that your work? Is
Holy
that
cow.
your? That's
It's
your.
Los Angeles.
All right, we'll do it.
That's my area, Los Angeles.
This is AT&T prepaid right here.
It's fast. Bro, I had an AT&T MVNO for like a month. I forget what it was actually. Bro, I was getting like 150 down everywhere all over Cleveland, bro. 30, 40 up all over the place.
T-Mobile
It was crazy.
business.
Actually,
146
Carlos.
on the up?
Yeah.
No, bro. Come on, man.
Wait,
Yeah,
why did it connect to Wi-Fi?
I was
Oh.
gonna say, bro, you ain't getting no 146 on LT upload, bro. Kick rocks, bro.
Carlos, are you doing any speed testing in the California area, Southern California area anytime soon?
I think I might have to go drop off some phone. I gotta go drop off a shipment to my guy down there in LA. So
Oh, really? Like, when's that going to be?
Maybe either tomorrow or Monday.
Really, dude? Well, can you hook an engineer up and go run some sprint speed tests in LA? And
Let him know what he did, bro. Let him know
Bro,
how his work turned out.
We'll do a live and we'll set it up. Or I think Steve goes
Yeah.
live tomorrow, so we'll just like add it all on.
dude, that
Bragging rights,
that
bro.
make me so happy because when we first launched it, of course we get the press going out there, but I can't just stop people on the street in a restaurant like, hey, how's your speed tester, right? Like I can't do that, because
That looks more like a concrete bunker.
right.
Bro.
I don't expect amazing speeds in the basement.
Bring speed test kitty with you and all your phone. And I'd like to see if you can do that on the S20. That'll be great too.
Carlos, your S20 is unlocked, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
dude, I would love that. I would put a huge smile on my face too.
Right now, I'm hotspotting off this. This is the prepaid line, and I'm hotspotting right now this stream on this, and I'm hotspotting that phone that I just did the speed test on, off of AT&T prepaid, and it doesn't count it towards data.
Is that the OnePlus you were telling me about?
It's counting it all off of cellular data, not
Something's
LTE.
up with the IMEI there. You're getting away with murder, bro.
Bro, it's OnePlus devices.
All OnePluses?
All OnePlus devices. I tried it with a 6T.
I'm about to go get me a OnePlus.
On Verizon and AT&T, dude. You can unlimited. Blow it up.
That's what I'm going to do, bro. I'm going to go get me a OnePlus, man. Forget Google phones.
Bro, I'm telling you, OnePlus is the way to go, bro. It's not a bad phone.
I might go back to the OnePlus 7 Pro, the one that had the camera that came out on the motorized.
Yeah, that has a dual SIM on it too.
Hey, yeah, Steve, man. There's a reason why that phone came back to me. That sale worked smoothly. There's a reason why, bro. Because it was telling me keep it.
I mean, Google
she loves you, bro. She came back. Hey, Los, can you get me and Caleb a couple of OnePluses?
I can figure something out.
Yeah, look around for us, bro. We'll buy a bundle. We're doing a twofer.
I was waiting for the. I am. If any OnePlus, it'll be the 8 Pro though. I would need the 8 Pro.
Oh, so you want to go new, brand new?
I have to. Yeah.
If I could get a OnePlus 5G phone just for testing in the market.
I don't like financing phones through carriers, but
no, I could finance it through Carlos.
Carlos financials.
Bro, we're doing financing. We're doing NVNO deals right here.
No. Most of the time, I finance it through the store credit of the vendor or Chase or Amex.
Bro, yeah. I got a new MVNO, bro. We call it Sea Sheep.
Sea Sheep.
Yeah, bro. It's an AT&T MVNO.
Oh, man.
Let me know. $35 if you need it with a SIM unlimited, or $30 if you have your own SIM a month.
Yo,
bro.
Caleb, I'm expecting you in the CLE in about a month, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's going down.
Going down. It'll be fun.
We'll have to dip and dodge. What's going on here with the illnesses out and about.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
That's crazy, dude.
We'll just have to lay low. I'll get us some Armageddon masks. We'll be good.
There you go, bro.
Look like Bane from Batman.
Right on the Discord, Steve was saying N95 will help with the virus.
What is it?
N95.
N95.
Yeah, the mask.
So, you know what I got to do, Caleb? I just thought about it the other day. You told me to watch Snowden, right?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
I'm gonna catch up on that tomorrow. Probably. I'm off Sunday. It's my only day off. But now, like, my work schedule's really like weird. Mm-hmm. I'm basically working like 4 hours a day, like, so online instruction because the schools are closed.
Right.
I basically make myself available for 2 hours a day, kind of like office hours for my students, and then the other 2 hours I'm like responding to parent emails or student emails, or posting assignments or whatever. That's pretty much it. So basically, I'm working from like 8 to noon as my office hours. So I'm gonna watch a bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna watch Snowden. I'm gonna watch Frozen 2 with my daughter.
Right.
Apparently, that's a big deal.
Yep.
And we'll catch up on stuff on YouTube TV.
Do you guys hear a buzzing noise?
That's mic feedback.
Okay.
Is it my mic?
I don't know.
It was doing that weird staticky thing.
Let's try muting one by one and let's check here. I'll start. Okay, did it go away?
I mean, it only came in a couple of times. It wasn't doing it the whole time.
Because I hear it on my end hard.
Let me
I
try
don't hear it right
mine.
now.
I don't hear anything. But then again, I'm
Okay,
just using my phone.
It stopped. Okay. Oh,
Did it
Usually
come back?
it's just mic feedback if it's not wired correctly or you're getting interference from a phone.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Like if you have secondary phones around it, and you can get signal interference that way.
That's interesting.
Let me move my phone.
There you go. Stopped.
Oh, Pete, your Pixel has got crazy strong signal or something.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Hey, I got 5 bars of LTE.
I'll tell you what, when I record videos from my cell phone, and if I don't put my phone into airplane mode, I'll get static feedback on my recordings.
Makes sense.
Bro, what happened to the Razini, bro? All this testing on these iPhones and these Galaxies. Razini.
It's it departed.
Dearly departed.
How many times did it break?
No, it dearly departed back to the store.
You couldn't justify holding it, huh?
I couldn't justify the price. No.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The price is nostalgia. You're not getting a phone.
Yeah, you can't justify that price, but I mean we do have a new edition, and this
Oh, the BlackBerry.
Yeah. Yeah. Got me one of them.
I like the BlackBerry. That's the
right.
BlackBerry.
I
remember when the BlackBerry internet service, the Biz, man, that was the stuff back in the day.
Man, I can't believe you're. I remember BlackBerry Messenger. I used to love it, bro.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
Do they? I think they still have it on this phone. You got to download the app.
Yeah, you can still.
But who's on it though?
Canadians,
like, I'm gonna be like texting Carlos. I have like 7 of Carlos's numbers. I don't need BlackBerry message Carlos.
Hey, I
got
only
his
have
DM.
one, and he doesn't reply to that.
Dude, what the heck, bro?
What happened?
Bro, you know that AT&T line you got me?
Yeah.
Dude, somebody keeps texting me, calling me Trinity, bro. I am not Trinity.
Nope, you're not.
What's going on, Trinity?
So Carlos, who'd you jack the line from?
Dude, I don't know. It was they gave it no. That one was a T-Mobile number that I put it in. What? That's the 435 number, right?
Bro, I don't know. It must have been Trinity's number at some point. Because they're like, hey, Trinity, could you work the 4-hour shift tonight and I'll take yours tomorrow? And I'm like, nah, dude. I ain't working for you.
Hey,
I went along with it.
Hey, Trinity, you up?
I'm like, no, I ain't working. They're like, what you did last time? And I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it anymore. I hate you now. She's like, seriously? I'm like, I don't know who you are. I'm just playing. You got the wrong number.
So usually when I get those random texts, I creep people out by replying as if it's a booty call.
Oh,
bro.
And then like, not tonight after I'm going to bed.
Oh man.
What I've noticed is like when I got that AT&T prepaid number, it was as a new number, I do get weird texts. I noticed prepaid, T-Mobile are number 1, dude. Any prepaid, when it comes to prepaid care, I'm talking about like AT&T, T-Mobile, and Sprint prepaids or MVNOs or actual T-Mobile themselves.
They must be newly recycled numbers or something.
Bro, but it's just weird advertisements. Like on my T-Mobile line, I always get, dude, it was a brand new number, bro, and I'm getting text for Amazon.
None of these numbers are new.
Well, I know. Well,
they're recycled.
Well, 824, we didn't use 702.824 out here. That's actually a new prefix we're using out here.
So I'm waiting for us to actually completely change our phone numbers. You have Legacy, an extra 1, and an extra 2.
Yeah.
Legacy is for landlines. The extra 1 is for data lines. So if it's a 3103, That's Boulder, Denver, dial-up DSL fax. And 3203 would be a cell phone connection. That would add, over 100,000 new numbers to the North American numbering plan.
That would be nice.
Reminds me of all the songs that Puff Daddy basically copied back in the 90s. You remember when he was doing all that, like, been around the world? He did all those songs, bro, just copying off everybody's thing, just recycling.
Yeah.
So, you guys believe we've been on here for 2 hours?
Jesus.
I do. Yes. I can read the red marker. Yes.
Metro used to give them.
So I might be tapping out in 5 to 10 minutes.
Here, we'll call right when it hits 2 even. We'll just call it a day.
Yeah.
That's 5 minutes.
So what's that about Metro when giving out used numbers?
I guess they're giving out used numbers. Well, I mean,
all numbers are used.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Unless there was a prefix that wasn't used yet, the after the area code, a sub prefix wasn't used yet, then okay. But other than that, they're all used.
What if you have an original number from like the 90s?
Yep.
Because I have the same number from the 90s. My number. Seriously, I've had it since I've had it since Alltel Unlimited Call, Text, and Data. Back in it wasn't even data yet. It was unlimited call. Then it went to unlimited call and text. Then it went to unlimited call and text and data. And I had that same number the whole way through.
I've only had the same number for 11 years.
I've had mine since high school, bro.
Same.
I didn't want to bring over 973-487-3452 when I moved to Colorado.
This one will be 22 years for me, man.
Dude, it says here, should Joshua find a way to try Sprint 5G? I mean, depends on how densified it is out there. Why not? If it's everywhere and near where you live and everything, I would.
Do they still do the network test 2 weeks or 30 days or whatever?
Yeah, they do 30 days. Actually, 60 days from what I'm hearing now.
Damn. Well, it can't be 60 now because all that's left is the Tuniac, bro.
And we're expecting that again in mid-April. So 30 days.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Caleb said the Tuniac could be any day.
They're thinking about doing it a little bit before the California Public Utilities Commission decision on the 16th. So I would probably look I'm probably going to look at maybe the first or second week of April.
Yeah, the judge is pushing to finish that up.
Yeah.
Bro, what is going on in California? What a weird place, bro. The politics there it's like landmines over there, bro.
Yeah. It's why I left. I can't stand it's just.
Where are you at now, Caleb?
Ohio. And then eventually in Florida. So about a couple months, be in Florida.
You're gonna be in Florida. Oh man!
But I want you on my towers in Colorado.
I don't. I'll have to contact the engineer who serves Colorado, man. I have no idea who he is.
I mean, if you were doing my towers in Colorado, I might greet you with a cold beer.
I've been to Colorado, man. I've been to Denver. Denver's so beautiful, dude. I love it there.
Yeah.
Dude, why don't you go up there?
I live in the Front Range, man.
Right. Yeah, I'm really looking at Florida near the kind of the Clearwater Beach area. That's where I'm going to be, man.
Also, you are you going to be by the Keys, bro?
No, I'm not going by the Keys.
Good, if you went there, apparently they have a lot of Chef Boyer D.
I may visit the Keys just to say hi to the Keys, but I
to a dinner plate of Boyardee.
No one. One of the big reasons is why I'm looking at the Clearwater Beach here is because it's right on the Gulf of Mexico, and the Gulf of Mexico is like the most place to where the scallops are there. Seafood scallops, man. It's the best place.
Man. I
Yeah.
used to buy fresh seafood off the wharfs in Rhode Island.
Right? Yeah. Yep.
The Gulf also has the largest dead zone in like the northern hemisphere.
That's true too. Yep.
You mean that oil spill zone?
No, those I think Cheney and Halliburton took care of all that. I think all that's left is just every season, with all the flooding and all the fertilizers and the agricultural activity, just the Mississippi River just dumps, bro.
Yeah.
And you just get this massive dead zone. It's just super hypoxic, bro. It's bad. And for someone who enjoys scallops, you got to be careful with timing, and then also like red tide. I'm hearing a lot of that stuff too.
Hey,
Yeah,
the last scallops
that's true,
I got were from Malaysia, and they were great.
Malaysia.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
They should start putting scallops inside of raviolis, bro.
I'd eat the living shit out of scallop raviolis, let me tell you.
Oh my gosh, I love some scallops.
Bro,
Some
I'm
olive oil and white wine.
Yeah, scallops in the sea.
No marinara though.
Bro, if that was the point, bro, the cans would be too expensive. You want to have
imitation scallops, bro.
Bro, the cans are already $10 for $10 here. That's a lot, bro.
I thought you were about to say 10 for $1, bro. That's crazy.
Nah, 10 for $10, bro. So that means they're $1 a pop right now. The price went up.
Appreciate the update on the pricing, bro.
So, according to Michael,
it'll still be on the shelves. Don't worry.
According to Michael,
here, buy this can of sodium.
T-Mobile. Yep.
I want some.
We're gonna have to look into this.
Yes, we have to, because that's interesting, actually.
So, do not use rock salt and lye to make soap.
Bro, you know that they're saying that people are using bleach to disinfect themselves from the thing?
Yeah, don't do that.
Bro.
Yeah.
Urinating on your hand is better than using bleach on your hand.
Bro, people are disinfecting their hands, like body tissue with bleach?
Seriously, urine is sterile and it has ammonia in it.
Pete, okay, Pete, hold on a second.
You do it before bleach, Sneed.
I'm not getting involved in this conversation.
Yeah, this is just falling off the rails, bro. Soap? Can we do soap and warm water?
Soap and warm water are the best options. Don't lie of rock salt, though.
The lye, bro. What is the pH of lye? Like 14?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
you're gonna wash your hair and everything with it.
We have T-Mobile low band in Twin Falls, Corvallis, and Corvallis. Yeah.
Yeah. New market.
Thank you for the update, Michael.
That's all Idaho area.
Yep. Hey,
nice.
They might actually be usable in Idaho in some parts.
I still think the best thing that T-Mobile has done in the last 2 years was buying iWireless.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, let me speak to one more thing.
I love that service going through Iowa. Let me tell you.
Yeah, the Sprint affiliates. There's 2 left: Chantel and Swiftel. Within 60 days, I think T-Mobile is going to buy Chantel, which is a Sprint affiliate, to convert all those towers to T-Mobile.
What's the payment on that?
I don't know how much they're gonna spend, but like I know that.
So you think it'll just be wrapped up in this merger somehow?
Right. It has to be within 60 days of closing after the closing. So within 60 days after that, they'd have to buy them, or they're gonna have to either, just let Sprint operate independently in that, or they just have to give the customers over to Chantel. So it's just 3 different scenarios, but they'll buy them. But then the only affiliate will be Swiftel, and they're on the Dakotas.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I had some okay 71 access in Southern Dakota.
Yeah.
That was nice. I could get maps going everywhere I was going. We could download podcasts and some music and some Audible.
Yeah, but is Google Maps an issue nationwide on any carrier?
No, but if
It
you're
should.
driving through a state, what else do you need? It's not like you're going to be YouTubing shotgun.
No, I guess a Pandora or a Spotify.
Yeah, we can stream music, no problem.
Right. So you need about a megabit per second.
Yeah, and could make phone calls if something happened. So nothing to shake a stick at.
Oh, I wanted to ask one last thing for Caleb. Caleb, in your opinion, as a prediction, when do you think networks get to the point where there's no video resolution restriction?
That's to be honest with you,
it's totally your opinion. It's totally speculation, but like you've seen the trajectory of the upgrades and like you've kind of seen how capacity has played out for the last, I don't know, you've been in it for a little over a decade.
Are you saying, so here's the thing, like here's what really concerns me.
Most people are getting 2 megabits per second for video right now.
True,
1.5, 2.5, 2.
Right, but that's the most heavy, that's what we deprioritize first because that's the most heaviest usage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing that bugs me is the how the rate plans have deprioritize after 50 25 gigabytes or whatever it is, so
but that's general access, right?
True, yeah, it is, yes, but are you asking me when there's not going to be any for service plans that say like 480p or 720p? Are you talking about like when those are going to go away?
Yeah, because like my phone is Quad HD, and I'll never, unless I operate a VPN, I'll never be on Quad HD on LTE.
Right. So my guess is when the 5G networks are built out, and the second answer to that question is when Verizon leads the way. Because I can guarantee you,
Verizon was the first one to go back to 720p.
I know, but the reason why I say that is because look who's running the 5G show. Doesn't matter how many.
T-Mobile do it personally.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: like T-Mobile, they're not going to be. They can do all the Un-carrier moves, but it's about who leads the network. If you're leading the network, you can shut off. You can do unlimited video, and the first carrier that's going to do that is Verizon.
Well, Verizon does unlimited 4K video at the moment, but only if you're in places like Knicks games.
Yeah, it's only on 5G. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, only on 5G. But I'm just saying,
but you don't even really need the 4K.
Frozen 2, if you're a Knicks fan, is such a better watch than the Knicks game.
Yeah, but like I said, once the 5G network is rolled out to its entirety, Verizon's going to remove that cap.
Yeah, but what about the rural areas where they're only doing LTE?
They couldn't do it, bro. 720p, 1080p, maybe.
I'm waiting for Michael's question over here, Carlos, with great anticipation.
I don't know. I think the rural areas with the IAB, while they're going to do tower to tower with that, I think the rural areas are going to be served that way. Not just the cities and stuff like that.
They do have millimeter wave spectrum holdings though, and
they do.
In suburban and rural, which is crazy.
Yeah, they got the holdings for it. To be honest, it's just a matter of time. I guarantee it, Verizon will spend the money to get every inch of this great, United States covered in 5G millimeter wave. They will. It's going to take them a long time, but we'll get it done.
That'd actually be quite an engineering feat if you think about it.
Well, of course, it's a scary nightmare,
Yeah, but that could have happened before 2035 or something.
It all, like I said, it all depends about the, how much they spend budget.
They'd be in like 300 billion.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah,
especially at the Mojave Desert. You said completely blanketed.
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking, what do they call them? Pops, bro. They like to use that word.
Pops. Pops are point of presence. That's what that pop is. It's a
It's
point
not
of
about
presence.
see, but that's the thing, guys. It's not about pops of LTE. It's about square mile. You can put up, let's say, a tower that's 20 miles away and just aim it just right, just to get a half, not even a bar of signal, just to show LTE, and they're considering that pop of LTE is not even usable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Considering
Well,
it pop.
I mean,
Hey, I've been saying those coverage maps, the only carriers that have them 100% correct are the ones that don't have any.
well, let me say this: the Verizon 4G towers, you know, there's no, we have Verizon 4G everywhere, and I can tell you this: there's no way that they're not gonna, eventually, in how many years' time, they're gonna blanket the whole U.S. at 5G. I can see it happening, and I know Verizon's gonna find some way to do it. Not just IAB. They're gonna, they'll probably invent some other technology to do it, and it's gonna happen. There's no way. Think about it. They buy all that spectrum and they can't put it to use the entire the U.S. You know what I mean? So it'll happen.
What's up with the Sprint link? Ronald's asking about that.
What's Sprint Link? What's he talking about?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
I think it's...
Hey, guys. I don't know if you guys saw that question in the chat. I did ask Michael to ask. He did ask for permission. I didn't know what it was about, and he popped up that question, bro. Should I bring it up and everybody can make their round and see how they feel?
And then we call it a night on that bombshell.
And then we call it a night on that bombshell. See, I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you guys. I'll vote it. We'll vote. If you guys want me to bring that question up, then
bro, what the hell are you guys talking about? Why do I feel like I'm out of the loop right now?
Because, bro, the question I'm about to bring up is
pull up the question on the Dealy Bop.
Oh, all right.
Is it about the election? No.
That question.
That would have gotten a timeout, man. Even if it was, even if he did ask permission.
I guess that depends on how much ravioli we have. Sorry,
but
I don't know, man. I don't know. I was kind of bummed out to see. I don't know, his channel was gone or whatever. That was really that was upsetting because I found value. I found value in his channel. I mean, dude,
of course.
Dude knows and researches things so diligently. Like, he knows network tech,
detailed too.
I know, very detailed and very technical. I mean, anytime I watched his live streams, I always learned something. So I don't know what happened to all the other videos. I have no idea. I mean, I'd like to see him make a comeback and do that and kind of catch traction again. And I'm sure a lot of people would come back and stuff like that. So,
I mean, I don't know. Somehow this is from what, because I'm still on that group chat thing, and from what he's saying is that he got hacked or something. And
that sucks, bro.
But I mean, I don't know, to be honest, just because like when you got me the BlackBerry, when I had to sign into my Gmail account, like it asked me for 2-step authentication where I had to say okay on my Note 10 5G.
Yeah.
So I had to say okay for it to log on here, even though I entered the credentials proper. It wouldn't let it. So I don't know how that happens.
On some devices, I need to go beyond two-factor.
Like email,
when they send a text. Where you send a text
I get
the
the
number.
text message from the number, and then I have to go into a recovery email and give another message.
My other email's that way. Yep, I know what you're talking about.
But on some devices, I have 3-factor.
So I don't know how that happens, but
it's in a G Suite thing.
I've heard of YouTube channels getting hacked because somebody opened an email that was like a phishing email.
Yeah, that can happen.
So it's possible that's the sort of thing that could have happened. But I don't know, man. Some things just aren't adding up in terms of how they're playing out these days. So I mean, who knows?
I mean, there's a chance I could, unless he had two-factor on, I could have socially engineered hacking his account. by just guessing things.
I don't know. I think we're just kind of let cooler heads prevail and everything. I think I love everybody that loves a cell phone. You got a cell phone in your hands.
Yeah.
You're my brother, man, for life. For life.
Nice.
If you're against cell phone technology, then I just don't like you.
Yeah, bro. Then you're these. Somebody was saying that Corona's 5G.
Oh, I believe it. Not
Like I'm like how I would have never thought of that in a million years. Like they got these ideas, bro.
Yep.
Let's see here. Oh, Nanny brought up this part right here.
Let it play.
I don't know. That's just what was being said. I don't know what it.
I don't have Facebook or anything.
When I moved to Florida, I'm gonna give him the biggest hug in the world and maybe a beer.
There you go.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's just we're all community. Every day has bad days.
I will say that the community. I don't want to call it my community. I mean, just people that watch my videos and support me. I guess they're really nice people, man. Everybody's really good to me. Really respectful and kind and courteous. And we have discussions all the time on here, and I'm just happy to be a part of it all.
Man, if only I could pat him on the back. It doesn't quite move that way.
You got to go like side and angle and.
Yeah, but even with me, cutting over down into the left,
the hand
doesn't go.
It doesn't go.
I mean, Sneed, I will say, being on YouTube, your channel is the most informative, on top of it, like I've ever seen. Like I'm not just trying to like,
man. Thank you.
I'm just saying that honestly, Carlos, you are the best speed test person I've ever seen in my life.
Thanks, man.
Devices.
Because you get out there and you do it. You are the speed test king.
Yeah, man.
Peter, man, you're the coolest guy with the beard I ever seen in my life, bro.
The bearded dragon, bro.
Do you have any other pluses for me?
Pete's an OG. Pete's been he's been on my live streams for a couple of years now and stuff. These are the homies,
the beard
bro.
is something.
He's been working on it for a while. It's been some years.
Oh yeah, it takes me at least like 2 months to grow a beard. It's crazy.
Takes me 2 hours, man. Jeez.
2 hours.
And Caleb, I am a security research engineer.
Yeah. You told me about that. I do. Before I did telecommunications, I was in IT. I had all my IT certs. I had my A plus, Network Plus, Security Plus. I had my Cisco CCDA, right? And midway through college, I decided to make the switch from IT to telecommunications. Oh, plus I have my Microsoft and Novell, but it's just it's.
I miss Novell.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, security is a big thing these days, especially with everybody's, things getting, malware and getting hacked and everything. It's crazy, but and like sim hijacking and stuff. It's a big deal.
It's vicious.
Everybody gets hacked. Even if 4RD gets hacked.
I'll be talking about CBRS when my NDR not NDR non-disclosure agreement NDA.
Yeah, I'm big into security. I mean, I try to keep things. I'm a big Unix guy. I don't, trust the Linux kernel to save my life.
I was going to ask you, Caleb, if you're available at any point tomorrow evening, you could tell me which time, and I can kind of work around it. I'd like to talk about CBRS and in terms of band 48 and then band 43 with C-band. Mm-hmm. Just like, if we anticipate what days or what dates those auctions are on, when we could expect deployment, how tangible the network experience will change, stuff like that. So, or if it could wait till next Friday, that'd be fine. But to have your perspective would be cool.
Hey, Sneed.
All right. Yeah. So
if you do a podcast on that, I'm going to have to recuse myself.
Please do.
Oh, you can't You can't speak on it.
I can't speak on it.
Yeah.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Because
I know you're trying to get your hands on a little bit of
No.
CBRS.
No, I have access to proprietary information regarding the standard and everything else.
Well, could you at least like type 0 if I'm wrong about something, and then type 1 if I'm right about something? No.
Damn.
I hate you.
Then they're gonna know.
Pete's
No, you
always
don't.
so honest, and he's always so truthful. I hate you.
It's because they're gonna know that he leaked it, because he's probably one of the very few that knows. Maybe, let's say, maybe 1 out of 4, because they don't put that many test people on that.
There are 8 organizations with access to it, and each organization has no more than 20 people.
Well, I'm going to have fun speculating, and Caleb can correct me when I'm wrong. So that's what we'll do.
I mean, I know there's a couple. I think the FCC announced the dates already, right? I think it was December. I'm trying to remember.
December of this year for 43, and then June of this year for 48.
I thought it was like December 20th or something. That date sticks out for some reason.
But it's weird because they're, like I said, they're making 100 megahertz available immediately.
Yeah.
You know, like because they're going to be decommissioning from satellite TV. So
yeah,
you know, it's going to be in phases. So it's going to be 100 first, and then it's going to be 180 on the back half or the backside.
They're gonna. I mean, the satellite operators are gonna have to. You know, they're moving to the upper band, also to the 4.2 gigahertz range. But it'll be.
Well, I'm pretty sure C-band ranges 3.7 to 4.2, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're
CBRS
moving.
is 3.5.
Right.
To 3.6 or something. 3.65.
3.75.
3.75.
I can tell you that much.
Thanks, bro.
Well, let's. All right. Do you want to answer this last question, Caleb, before we wrap this one up?
This is the absolute last.
Yeah, this has to be the last.
Virgin Spectrum. Can't tell us right. I mean, that's kind of a general question. I mean, because like I said, they just concluded the millimeter wave auction. I mean, we're going to be combining, our 1900 PCS. That's going to give us, a good 20 by 20, maybe, 30 by 30 in some markets. But it's going to be. And here's the thing, like most spectrum. Like it could be swapped in certain markets. For example, the high density areas like New York, stuff like that. Sometimes we might need more of that. So it's going to be very fluid. So like you can look for the spectrum allocations and swaps and stuff when the merge is complete. So it's not like the final product is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right then, guys. Let's cut this one up because I know Lux Need. You got somebody saying you're the best.
Oh, thanks. Amadou.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
But all right, guys. Well, I guess we'll wrap this one up for the night. Thanks everybody for coming through. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Sneed. Thank you, Caleb. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, man. Well, it's nice always just getting in here and not worrying about censorship and just keeping it real.
Hey, I cursed 3 times.
Hey, it's cool, bro.
I cursed 1.5 times.
It's cool, bro. Even if it was 20 times, it don't matter. I mean, it's cool, bro. We got to keep it real, So, alrighty, guys. Thank you for coming in, and we'll probably do another cast here or something. Make sure to probably this week. Join Sneed tomorrow. I know he's going to be on tomorrow, and he's going to be covering CBRS like you already heard him, and Band 43. So make sure you tune in. And if I'm in LA, I'll probably be popping in there and we'll check some of that out for Caleb since Caleb is hungry to find out his results.
Yeah. Send me something on Twitter before you go, or like the time or you think about being there or whatever.
Okay. All right then, guys. Have a good night, and we'll catch you on the next one.